Welcome back to Consumer Picks. Unlike crowdsourced apps, a radar detector actively scans for police radar signals. I tested 7 top models for detection range, false alert filtering, build quality, and value. My number 1 pick even outperformed detectors costing hundreds more. If you enjoy honest, hands-on comparisons, subscribe, and let's start with number 7. Kicking off at number 7, the Escort Max 3, and this is Escort's more accessible entry point into their lineup. It's built with what they call premium detection range and advanced filtering software designed to cut through thousands of radar signals and reduce false alerts, plus auto-learn GPS intelligence that gets smarter about your regular routes the more you drive them. One feature I do want to highlight here is the variable speed sensitivity. The detector automatically adjusts how sensitive it is based on how fast you're actually driving, which is a smart way to cut down on unnecessary alerts at lower speeds. It's also compatible with Escort's M2-Cam if you want to build out a full driver awareness system. And it comes backed by Escort's 50-plus years of experience engineering this stuff right here in the US. Where this lands at the bottom of our list is that relative to the rest of Escort's own lineup, like the Max 4 and Redline 360C we'll get to shortly. The Max 3 is the more basic option without some of the smarter false alert learning and app integration those models offer. At number 6, the Escort Max 4, and this is where filtering really becomes the star of the show. If your detector cries wolf on every random signal it picks up, you're going to start tuning it out completely. In my testing, it picked up radar ahead up to about a mile out, which isn't the longest range on this list, but it's genuinely practical, enough time to react to a real speed trap without constant false alarms wearing you down. The GPS also learns your frequent routes over time, so it stops re-alerting you to that same automatic door sensor at the grocery store you pass every week. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support is a real standout feature here too. Very few detectors on this list let you view alert data directly on your car's dashboard screen, and the Max 4 does it well. The trade-off is that the physical display and controls on the unit itself are fairly basic, so you're leaning on the smartphone app for a lot of the more detailed information. If you want a detector that prioritizes calm, accurate alerts over maximum raw range, the Max 4 does exactly that job well. Coming in at number 5, the Cobra Ray D700i, and this is the value pick on our entire list. It sells for less than half of some of the premium detectors we tested, and for the price, it earns its spot here. Because it only has a single front antenna, you're not getting the full 360-degree coverage that Presure detectors offer, but during my testing it still identified radar signals up to a mile away, which is genuinely respectable for the price point. The 5-color OLED display is a nice touch, letting you match it to your car's interior lighting. And CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility means you can view alerts right on your dash, a feature you don't always get at this price tier. The honest trade-off is false alerts. Even with Cobra's filtering software and its recurring alert lockout feature, I noticed it issued more false alarms than the higher-end detectors on this list. At this price, that's not shocking, and it's a fair compromise if budget is your main priority. For cost-conscious drivers who still want smartphone integration and real detection capability, this is a smart buy. At number 4, the Redenso DS1, and this is a genuinely excellent all-around detector. It just doesn't have one single category where it dominates the field. The frontal locked range comes in at a strong 2.0 miles, matching some of the pricier options on this list. But it does fall off noticeably in rear and 90-degree side detection compared to the true 360-degree performers. What really stood out to me was the display. It auto-dims and lets you customize the color, and paired with the detector's small, sleek physical footprint, it's one of the nicer-looking units I tested. The automatic GPS lockout feature does a great job reinforcing an already quiet false alert profile. I only picked up 2 false alarms during testing, which some drivers will love, and others might find almost too quiet if they prefer more frequent confirmation that the detector's actively working. Bluetooth compatibility with Redenso's Nexus app also makes firmware updates painless. There's nothing wrong with the DS1. It's a well-rounded, well-built detector. It just doesn't have a defining strength that pushes it into the top 3 on this list the way the detectors ahead of it do. At number 3, the Escort Redline 360C, Escort's flagship, top-of-the-line detector, and the price absolutely reflects that. The feature list here is genuinely impressive. Escort claims full invisibility to radar detector detectors, an auto-learn mode that filters out repeated false alerts over time, and access to Escort's Drive Smarter app and driver community, which functions almost like Waze for speed traps, pulling in real-time alerts from other users nearby. Escort even backs this detector with a ticket guarantee policy. Aesthetically, this is also the best-looking detector I tested. Genuinely sleek for a category full of chunky plastic gadgets. Detection distance landed solidly in the middle of the pack, and it threw 3 false alerts during testing. Also middle of the pack, not the best and not the worst. If you specifically want the most advanced feature set and the best-looking hardware, and you're not as focused on squeezing out the last bit of range, the Redline 360C delivers. Just know you're paying a real premium for features and design polish more than raw performance. At number 2, the Oneiden R7 earned its spot not by chasing the longest range on paper, but by being consistently, reliably accurate, which, honestly, might matter more in real-world driving. The built-in GPS is genuinely smart here. It remembers frequently occurring false alert locations along your regular routes, and automatically mutes the recurring ones, so you stop getting interrupted by the same non-threat over and over. The multicolor OLED display is one of the most informative I tested, simultaneously showing up to 4 detected signals along with their strength and radar band frequency, and directional arrows point you toward exactly where the signal's coming from. Unlike other detectors in Oneiden's own lineup, the R7 isn't compatible with Oneiden's smartphone app, so you're stuck using the device's small physical buttons for adjustments, and firmware updates require physically connecting it to a computer via USB rather than updating wirelessly. That's a real inconvenience in 2026, but on pure accuracy and consistency, this thing performs at an elite level. And that brings us to number 1, the Oneiden R8, our overall best radar detector, and after testing it against 6 serious competitors, it's clear why it comes out ahead. This thing excels across nearly every category that actually matters, and it strikes a genuinely rare balance. It's not so chatty that you start ignoring alerts, but it's not so quiet that you're left wondering if it's actually working. The detection range here is honestly staggering, second only to the Valentine on the market, and it was rock-solid consistent across all 3 of my test runs, locking onto frontal detection at exactly 2.0 miles every single time. With that much lead time in every direction, adjusting your speed before you're anywhere near a speed trap becomes almost effortless. Auto-mute memory intelligently filters out recurring false alerts specific to your routes. It's Spectre Elite Undetectable. If you're serious about investing in a radar detector to actually cut down your speeding tickets, this is the one to buy. That wraps up our best radar detectors of 2026. For value, choose the Cobra Ray D700i. For the best overall performance, go with the Oneiden R8. Links are in the description. If this helped, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.